values. Thank you. We appreciate that. Now I would like to invite Ms. Rebecca Vassarotti to come and give us a few minutes and speech regarding the Australia Day.
Hello, and thank you so much for inviting me here today. It's just fantastic to join you, Your Excellency, High Commissioner, and all of you who have come together for this day. I would like to begin by acknowledging this is Ngunnawal country, that this land was never ceded, always was, and always will be Aboriginal land. And pay respects to elders past, present and emerging, and particularly recognise one of my great First Nations teachers, Richie, and thank you so much for that, for that presentation. I think it is really important that we do acknowledge that for many this is a very difficult day, and this is actually a day of mourning for our First Nations people. And I'd just like to note that I do stand in solidarity with my First Nations colleagues and really want to walk the journey with them in terms of the unfinished business that we have, and commit myself to doing what we can do to find a date that is able to be embraced by all of us, and also work around the important work of truth-telling, of working towards a treaty, and also of a voice. So that is my personal commitment. But why this is a really important day today is actually about events like today, where we reflect on what Australia is and our journey that's actually only just beginning in many senses. While we have so much to learn from our First Nations custodians who have been here for millennia, we also have much of the story to tell of ourselves. And one of the things that is the most wonderful thing about being Australian is that we do all have different stories, and we can learn from each other. Whether it be like me, whose ancestors came quite a while ago in the 1890s, and some of you who might have actually only called Australia home for a short period of time. On behalf of the ACT government, I would really like to thank you for choosing this beautiful Ngunnawal country to be your home. We are so excited about the contributions that you can bring to the life of this city. We have much to learn from you and from your culture, and we together come together to tell the next bit of the story. So we'd just like to thank you for calling this beautiful place home, and for all of the contributions that you make to sharing your culture with us and actually creating, new stories as well. So thank you so much for that. I do also just want to reflect on how wonderful it is that we are actually able to come here together in person. I really acknowledge that this has been a pretty difficult time for all of us in our community, and certainly as a government we have been really trying to respond to a very fast evolving situation and doing all we can to keep people safe and actually look after everyone. So just wanted to thank all of you for everything that you have done in terms of helping us to keep our community safe. The beginning of 2022 probably hasn't been quite, we were hoping for it to be quite boring, and it certainly hasn't been boring, but it has been pretty challenging, and many of us may not have quite got the break that we were hoping for over the festive period. But just be rest assured that we are working every day to do everything we can to ensure that we are keeping people safe, that we are looking after the most vulnerable, but we are also acknowledging the reality of the fact that we are living through a pandemic. So thank you for all of the work that you've done today. So look, I think I'll close there just to say that it is so exciting to join with you. I'm looking forward to meeting with you and to continuing a really strong relationship. This is there are many things to reflect on a day like today. there are things that we can celebrate, but there's also a lot of work that we still need to do, and I'm looking forward to that ongoing journey with you. So thank you.